fuck is hitting for, nigga? You know what the fuck is going on?
I wanna talk while arguing shit. Nigga talk shit, get the arguing stick. Shoot nigga shit, down fuck on this bitch. Must don't know who he arguing with.
Yeah, what's up? It's the Loyal Shooter back again with a review. Like and subscribe at the bottom or wherever the button is on your phone. Today we talking about Rivaside Kp. He has finally dropped No Jewlry. Finally dropped No Jewlry, the album that he has been teasing us with for 3, maybe even 4 long years. It has finally released as of today. Today is June the 1st. And I had to jump on this one immediately with my review and my take. Rivaside Kp, for those of y'all who don't know, is an artist out of South Carolina, Columbia, South Carolina, but South Carolina. Street rapping artist, trap rapping, street rapping, realism rapping artist out of Columbia, South Carolina. He's known for songs such as Verse Ali, such as Bedrock, such as Vegeta, such as DFW with Bird Daddy Cool Breeze, such as what's the other one he got with Bird Daddy Cool Breeze? Is called goddamn Stop Acting with Bird Daddy Cool Breeze. The last verse on Family with Bird Daddy Cool Breeze. He's currently incarcerated in prison right now for, just getting it in the streets how he lived. And he has been teasing us while he was out and while he has been in prison with the No Jewlry album drop, posting songs and posting different album art, teasing album art. It came to a point where he was dropping songs. He dropped Ain't Crip, he dropped Blue Ops, 2 dope ass damn songs. And realistically, if you follow Rivaside Kp, he's a Crip, okay, coming from the blue team, Columbia, South Carolina, solidified. And some of the stuff in Ain't Crip and Blue Ops and other releases and verses he's had talks and speaks about some of the internal politics in the Crip life in Columbia, South Carolina. There was speculation from people running their mouth in the city about him possibly having paperwork on his name, which turned out to be completely bogus bullshit. And he addresses it in the songs that he put out prior to No Jewlry, Ain't Crip and Blue Ops. There was a friend of his who may have been or may not have been behind that train, enemies that were friends and were Crip associates that turned enemies that are getting addressed in those songs. And me personally, the Loyal Shooter, I was starting to believe that he was leaking songs from No Jewlry and putting it out as singles, and that we would never get No Jewlry, like it was a detox album by Dr. Dre. But Rivaside Kp delivers No Jewlry today, and when I tell you it did not disappoint, I tell you again, it did not disappoint. So I'm gonna jump right into this with a classic Loyal Shooter review, where we gonna go song by motherfucking song. And we really gonna talk about what Rivaside Kp did and how he brought this thing to life with this No Jewlry project. The first fucking song is called Free KP, which is a perfectly titled first song, reminding listeners that he is currently actively incarcerated, okay? But he weaves through this piano-driven beat with ease, displaying the somewhat soft-spoken but serious style that gained him traction in 2018 and 2019. But at the same time, he's displaying that he has wordplay. Lines like, I'ma show me a nigga, first 48. Lines like, line that boy up, ain't ducking no fades. So that this is real rap, realism rap, street rap, but There's thought put behind the delivery and how it's said, which sets an artist like Rivaside Kp aside from your average street rapper. He even says, I'm still a big homie, I ain't retired. Rivaside Kp is not just your average Crip in the city that he's from. He's a Crip with stain, a Crip with status. And he asserts and dominates that status on that track, which is the beginning track of the album, letting everybody know that's a listener who he is, what he stands for, where he come from, and how he's coming. The next track comes on after Free KP. It's called Happy For Me. And he continues the trend of realism. It finds him speaking about his exes, homies who are locked up. You know what I'm saying? They catch shout outs. Homies like Murder Low, homies like JJ, Los, homies like D-Rose. I know these names don't mean nothing to you, but I'm speaking them because they got the shout out on the project, so they're getting the shout out here as well. He speaks about his homies. He also speaks about mistakes, and he speaks candidly about those mistakes that may have led him down the paths that he found himself on. He says, I used to sell my dope outside. Nope, I'll never do that again. And then he ends on a happy for me hook, like, are they really happy for me? Which could be him questioning the authenticity of the feelings of those around him. Very, very relatable ass song. Although I will say the beat is not one that I personally am fond of. Very relatable ass goddamn song. Dope one nonetheless. The next song is called Easter. It's featuring an artist named Blanco Valentino. White artist, also out of Columbia, South Carolina. Runs in the camp with Rivaside Kp, Bird Daddy, Cool Breeze, Icy Boy Los, GL Shawty, the T-Birds. You already know. And we get an aggressive KP on this Easter. On this one, it's reminiscent to how he came on his last project, which is called King Crab. And by the way, I'm going to leave a link to the description of this project and possibly his other projects under in the description of this video. So if you want to hear what this shit is about or hear what I'm talking about, just click those links. But he speaks on this Easter song as a big homie, like OG, like speaking to followers like he's standing on a podium, and it's street talk, Crip talk. And then Blanco comes in, delivers a trap rap, punching in. You know what I'm saying? The punch in is the wave. And he holds down the fort with that. The hook is the one that shines on this song, though. It shines like a nightlight with KP on his real aggressive ass flow. I'm loving Easter. The next song, Power, featuring Icy Boy Los and once again, Blanco Valentino. And I'll tell you about this with Power now. If there was an artist that could showcase charisma on a project, or even especially on a song, this is the song, and the artist is Rivaside Kp. He has the ability to bring his features into his world, bring out their best. The back and forth between him and Blanco Valentino on this song is epic. And then Icy Boy Los comes in with the hook right on time. Everything about this song is perfect to me, especially considering the lane that he's in. I ran this song about 3, 4, 5 times before I even got to the next one. And when the next one comes on, it's called Watching, featuring Corona Corleone. And I think he's changed his name to Corleone. I'm not sure, but look him up, Corona Corleone or Corleone. He's an artist also out of Columbia, South Carolina, representing Fat Fam ENT. Shout out Corona Corleone. Starts off with Corona with the Watching hook. And his rhyme scheme on his verse after the hook persists for the whole verse, which was very impressive. Corona Corleone displays skill on this. And then KP comes on and spits his branding bars. Like, KP has a way of like branding his bars. It's like he's saying what is essentially the same line, but he's saying it in different ways on different songs and branding the lines to where when you hear it, it sounds new and fresh, but at the same time, it's familiar. And Watching is a track that greatly displays that. Very unique. The next song is called Stove Tops. It's featuring TC Hits, Columbia, South Carolina artist, engineer. You know what I'm talking about? And I think really he might even be from Atlanta or Florida or some shit. But right now he's based in Columbia, South Carolina. TC Hits doesn't have a verse on this song, but he has a real powerful ass hook, and the beat is very, very powerful. It starts with like a choir or a chorus or something. And he kills on the hook. trap shit, street shit, aunties and uncles, piano, piezo, and Teezy get a shout out. And if you don't know, there is a relationship between Piezo, which is a legendary artist out of Columbia, South Carolina, and Rivaside Kp. They actually teamed up on a song on Bird Daddy Cool Breeze's album 30 Man. That song is called Sticks. And it's Piezo, Rivaside Kp, and Bird Daddy Cool Breeze. And Rivaside Kp pays homage to Piezo and Teezy, which is an artist, legendary artist out of Columbia, South Carolina, locked up right now as well, but they get a shout out on the song. Verse is hard from KP, hook is hard from TC It's. The next song is called Yvonne, and I'm gonna be honest, it's probably my favorite song on the album. Yvonne, however you pronounce it, is why at the beginning, I don't know. But it's a very, very vulnerable ass goddamn song. It's a vulnerable beat. The tone of voice is vulnerable. It's displayed by Rivaside Kp, and he speaks on inner thoughts. And it's kind of like he's speaking on his inner thoughts in prison. Like, this album, obviously, a lot of it was recorded in prison, obviously. You know how shit goes back there, and we'll keep that our secret. We don't want to tell on nobody, but, I mean, it is what it is. And he leaves enough details out of his personal thoughts to where the song is still very relatable to anyone dealing with, like, the dark side of the street life. And also, this song, Yvonne, is very, very well mixed. Salute to the engineer of this damn song. I think it's Sam B. Mixon, which is an outstanding engineer out of Columbia, South Carolina. But I think it's him, and this is probably the best mixed song on the album. Not saying that any other song is poorly mixed, but I'm an artist and a fan first who listens to the details in how a song is mixed, and it's probably one of the best mixed songs on the album. Yvonne, like, this is definitely a dope listen for anybody who's a fan of any type of music that's going on right now. The next song is called Love, and it's spelled with an 8 and a 3. And I'll say this, the 8 and the 3, 8 Trey, Gangsta Crip, which is clearly his gang affiliation. A lot of that is sprinkled throughout every song on this album, but you know, of course, he's going to throw that out there in these types of songs. Now, in Love, it sounds almost like he's talking to a girl, but at the same time, it's almost like it's a stream of conscience. He says lines like, had to learn to fight, I ain't want to be a blood. You see what I'm saying? And but he's also, at the same time, talking about a girl that maybe he's dealing with or dealt with. And it's almost like he's thinking about the girl he's dealing with and talking to himself about how he feels about her, about how he feels about himself dealing with her, about how he feels like she's viewing him from dealing with him. Just like affirmations and inspirations. And the sample and whoever's talking on that song at the end, it really creates the imagery needed to make this song resonate with people who may be dealing with or going through similar things, thoughts, and ideas. Dope ass song. The next track is called Jim, and it brings KP back to the aggression, the aggressive KP, but the aggressiveness is more so in content than it is in his tone. The beat on this is minimalistic but hard, and he gets in and talks that shit like only he can. He gets in and out so goddamn quick on this beat that you have no choice but to run it back and catch every single branding line that he puts. And towards the end, it even sounds like he's done, and he drops 8 more bars of shit talking and imagery on this Jim track. Definitely a standout track for me. The last track, and I'm running through these quick because I want you to hurry up and get to it. But at the same time, I'm giving you exactly what it is. Antoine Fisher. Now this song, whole lot of references. Whole lot of Gangsta Crip references. Tiny diamonds that can power computers. Neighborhood watching the movers or movement, whatever you said. Powerful ass fucking song to end the album. Antoine Fisher is a movie star in Denzel Washington, and it's about a young ass kid who's prone to violence and outbursts and just crazy shit going on, but he confronts his troubled past through therapy with Denzel Washington. And it's similar to how Rivaside Kp is probably using this music as therapy to confront his childhood, his troubled past. Definitely great song, great ass goddamn imagery, great ass lyrics, great, I wouldn't say bars, but they're bars, but just like the content, the subject matter. It's very relatable if you're in that life and in that street life. You see what I'm saying? Overall, solid, dope ass project. Consistent tone throughout. realism, street life, crip heavy, light bars, wordplay. One question I have, where the fuck is Bird Daddy Cool Breeze on the album? Constant collaborator with Rivaside Kp. Bird Daddy Cool Breeze didn't make the album, but the album still does not suffer without him. Just something I would have liked to hear. But hey, we know that these guys work together. We know that they do music. We never know what they may have in store. Also, I'm hearing that maybe Rivaside Kp might even do a track with other local, well, I wouldn't say local because if you're listening to this, you might not even know, be local to Columbus, South Carolina. But another artist out of Columbus, South Carolina by the name of DZ McDuffie. Word on the street is they have had talks. Word on the street is it may be in the works. And I feel like that would be an amazing look for South Carolina. The contrast between Rivaside Kp's status as a big crip, DZ McDuffie's status as a big blood. I mean, we would love to hear that. But if you get the chance, and even if you don't have a chance, make a chance. Listen to No Jewlry by Rivaside Kp. Right now it's streaming on YouTube, on Apple Music, soon to be all platforms at the time of me recording this, not on Spotify, but maybe on Spotify once this comes out. But if it's not, man, you need to go ahead and add this to your playlist, add this to your library. I mean, it's definitely great ass, dope ass, gangster street, gangster ass music. And even though it's crip heavy, he's still not doing it in a way that it can't be enjoyed by people who don't live that lifestyle. Rivaside Kp, No Jewlry, out now, streaming on all platforms. I'm finna run it back again. You should run it back again if you've already listened, or run it for the first time if you haven't. I've made this 16 minutes long. Didn't mean to, but hey, it's the Lawyer Suitor. I'm out of this motherfucker.